What's going on, everyone? This is Slackerman with another diecast model review. Today we are looking at the Eagle Moss 1 in 144 scale Sukhoi SU-35 Super Flanker. I'm a big fan of the Sukhoi family line of fighters and the Su-27 flanker body styling. So that's obviously the Su-27, the Su-34, and now the Su-35 Super Flanker. I've wanted a model of the Su-35 for a while. There's really not that much out there. Unless you want to do the 1 in 72 scale. I believe Air Force One, and now I think Hobby Master just did one, or I can't remember if that was a Su-30 or a Su-35. But I saw this pop on eBay. I actually had to get this from Russia. Eagle Moss does do the 1 in 144 scale die-cast planes. Mainly they focus on the Russian and Chinese jet fighters. And again, the 1 in 144 scale I'm a big fan of. I almost like it just as much as the 1 in 100 scale because it's not too small like the 1 in 200 scale, but it's big enough where you can still get lots of detail, and it doesn't take up a lot of room on your shelf. So I'm a big fan of the 1 in 144 scale. So let's take a look at this model. As far as packaging, you just get a blister package similar to those Deagostini models. You do get a nice stand. So if you can see here, CY-35 or SU-35 Super Flanker, and that plugs into the back. As far as the model itself, I have to say they did a great job. I love the forest camo that this jet has, and I love the body style of the Su-27, the whole Sukhoi line of jets, especially the Super Flanker. I like that they added, I think these are called canards, or I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong on that, but these extra fins or stabilizers up front, similar to the Su-34, the strike aircraft, so that's kind of new for the Super Flanker. I believe it obviously has updated avionics, radar. I think the weapon systems are a little bit updated, and the engines are updated. So this is kind of like what they call a 4 plus or 4.5 fighter. So not really a 5th generation, but better than a 4th generation fighter. So again, I believe the avionics, or the cockpit, it's all LCD screens rather than what the Su-27 had with all just gauges. So this is, like an advanced version, obviously, of the Su-27. So again, loving the paint job on it. I love all of the, if you zoom in, you have all of the different panel lining, which looks really great. On the vertical stabilizers, you have the kind of Russian Air Force insignia, and then the Communist Star, which is very cool, or the Red Star, I should say. I love the engines, how far back or how big the kind of thrusters are with this silver paint, and then the thrusters are nicely detailed. I also like, with all these Su-27 or Sukhoi family, the kind of longer back section, and I believe this also has, I could be wrong, the radar in the back to warn the pilot of threats from behind. So that's very cool. Just taking a look at the side, again, they did a great job. Up here you can see number, what does that say, 700 or 709, I should say, which is nicely done. And then coming up to the front, I believe they kind of sculpted the infrared tracking sensor that's usually on the nose of all these fighters. Taking a look at the underside, they did give you 2 air-to-air missiles on each side. I know the Super Flanker obviously can carry more than that. I believe this model is based off of the kind of Su-35 testing model or test aircraft that they were, producing. I don't think this is actually commissioned. I could be wrong. I think they are close to commissioning this in service, the Super Flanker. So again, I really love the Sukhoi line of fighters, especially the Su-27 body style. The Super Flanker is a model I've been wanting to get for a while, and I really love the 1 in 144 scale. I also, really love the look of this aircraft, the profile from the front. I think it's just a very neat looking aircraft, and it's one of my favorite jet fighters out there. So as far as a score, I'd easily give this a 5 out of 5. I can't find any complaints. I love the size of it, the paint job, everything is great. So hope everyone liked the video, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.